All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are really pulling back the curtain on a custom-built data automation solution. We're going to explore its architecture, see its incredibly powerful outputs, and really discover how a tool like this can become one of a company's most valuable strategic assets. I want to start with a question that really gets to the heart of it for any business leader. Do your data work for you, or do you find your team constantly working for your data? The answer to that? Well, it often reveals a huge operational bottleneck. For way too many companies, this is the reality of data analysis. You export these massive, unwieldy spreadsheets, and then it's just hours. Hours of tedious, almost soul-crushing manual work. And it's a process that doesn't just waste time. It's actively holding the business back. Look at this comparison. The difference here isn't just a small improvement, it is a complete transformation. We're talking about moving from a process that takes hours of repetitive, error-prone work to one that executes in literal seconds. And instead of these static, already outdated reports, you get dynamic, on-demand insights with real analytical depth. So the question becomes, how do you build that bridge from the old way to the new way?
Well, the answer lies in a custom automation engine. Now, this isn't just some simple script. No, this is a bespoke piece of engineering, built in Python, and it's designed specifically to transform that raw, messy operational data into a high-value strategic tool.
So, how's it built? The architecture is actually elegantly structured into 3 core layers. First, you've got a powerful data refinery that handles all the heavy lifting of the ETL process. Second, there's an interactive terminal UI that allows basically any user to run complex analyses with just simple commands. And third, the engine produces this sophisticated hybrid output, a totally self-contained business intelligence application.
The heart of this entire engine is that ETL process. Honestly, the best way to think of it is like a company's own private digital oil refinery. It takes in all this raw, messy data, it refines it by cleansing and standardizing everything, and then it outputs this high-octane fuel that's ready to power smart business decisions.
And make no mistake, this engine is built on a truly professional tech stack. It uses pandas for super high-performance data manipulation. That's what makes it so fast. For the interface, it uses Rich to create a really beautiful and intuitive command line experience. And for the output, Chart.js is what creates those stunning interactive data visualizations. This choice of tools, it signals a serious commitment to quality and scalability.
So what does this engine actually produce? Well, the first output is kind of remarkable. It's a hybrid BI application. Think about this. It's a single self-contained HTML file that packages all the data, all the charts, all the interactive logic together. There are no servers, no logins, no dependencies. It is a portable, powerful web app you can literally email to anyone.
And the moment you open it, boom, the value is just crystal clear. This key metric right here, that's the total monetary value of unclosed sales quotes. It's not just a number, it's a multi-million real opportunity, quantified and just sitting right there on the dashboard demanding your attention.
The application gives you these instant, high-level insights. This donut chart, for example, it shows the distribution of sales quotes across all the different business branches. At a single glance, the leadership team can see exactly where the bulk of the sales activity is happening, and that sparks strategic conversations about, say, resource allocation or market focus.
But it's not just about the big picture. The application lets you drill down into some incredibly granular detail. Here, for example, you can see the top clients, their total quote value, and, this is the most important part, the specific products they are most interested in. This is just pure actionable intelligence for any sales team.
Now, this is where the tool really elevates itself from a simple report to a live analysis instrument. It has a dynamic search feature. That means a manager can just type in any client or any product and instantly generate a custom dashboard on the fly. This completely transforms the data from something you just read into something you can actively question and explore.
Okay, so beyond the interactive dashboard, the engine also produces a second critical output, strategic reports. This is a whole separate script that's designed to generate these deep dive analyses on demand, and it delivers them in the universal business language of Excel. But this isn't just a data dump into a spreadsheet. Notice that category column. The engine intelligently analyzes data from other systems to automatically categorize every single product. It transforms a simple list of products into strategic intelligence, telling the purchasing team exactly which product lines are driving the most interest. This is value-added data transformation at its absolute finest. So let's step back from all the technical features for a second and really assess the business value. How does a custom-built asset like this even compare to the off-the-shelf solutions out there?
Well, the advantages become really clear when you compare it to standard BI tools, which, let's be honest, can be slow, really expensive, and kind of rigid. This custom solution is lightning fast. It has zero recurring licensing costs, and because it was built for the business, it has this unparalleled flexibility to answer the exact questions that matter most.
So let's just summarize the tangible impact here. You get data-driven agility. We're talking going from hours to seconds. You achieve operational excellence by completely eliminating human error. You unlock strategic intelligence that was previously just buried in the data. And it does all this as a true proprietary asset, no licensing fees, and it's completely portable.
And that brings us to our final thought. When you build technology with this level of sophistication and this kind of direct business application, it stops being a cost center. It becomes a growth engine. It becomes a strategic asset that not only solves today's problems, but creates a real competitive advantage for tomorrow.